Simply forget it, eat it. Well, they just told you about VFX and the commercial aspects in cinema. Sandeep Ohri will talk of a specific application for social application, and it moves out of the realm of four walls and it can be global. In fact, what they are doing at this conference is being streamed live on the internet, and they are the people who are handling it. So he will tell you of a specific application, how for Rotary they had an international conference all through, well, VFX, putting together Skype, the works. It's a mix and match. Sandeep.
Thank you, Ramesh. Good morning and welcome to the Silver Jubilee edition of the Broadcast India show. My name is Sandeep Ohri and I'm the founder of April Broadcast, and you just heard about how you can do, you heard terms like green screen, blue screen, video technology, VFX and things like that. What we're going to do is here try and show you one of the applications and exactly what we did about all of this. Before I start, you'd like to know, everybody must have heard about the Rotary clubs, like you have the Lions International, you have the Rotary International. There are about 1 million Rotarians worldwide, about 35,000 odd clubs everywhere around the world. And what we did is, there was a talk about, I don't know how many of you know, but there is something also known as e-clubs for Rotary. Okay, so they don't physically meet, they actually virtually meet over the internet. Talking of that, those of you who want to watch this online, that's the link. You can probably just note it down. It's there on the Broadcast India show website page as well. It's live.abstream.tv//Broadcast India show. So that's the link on which you can see all the conference sessions live today as well as tomorrow, and they'll probably be put up later as well. Okay, so I just thought I'll make that statement. This is being done, of course, there's a team of us that's sitting right here and they're doing it. So the online audience will also see, not only the person speaking, but also the presentation that's happening. Okay, having said that, let's come back to what we did for Rotary. What I'll do is I'll take you through what was the objective that Rotary wanted us to do, what are the challenges that we faced, okay, what is the solution that we thought of, what technology we used, how did we actually execute it, and eventually what was the result. So we just take you through this so that you'll be able to understand clearly as to how video technology does not only help very, how shall I say, as Ramesh said, very commercial enterprises in terms of videos and television shows and feature films, but it can also help you execute something as simple as trying to get people together, working together from around the world and meeting your objective. So what was the objective? The objective was, of course, they wanted to hold the first ever Rotary World Congress for E-Clubs, and that's the logo that was there. They were planning to connect over 220 worldwide Rotary E-Clubs, and to get all these Rotarians to share and exchange their ideas, their experiences, their resources. If you know about Rotary, you must have heard about, the very famous polio campaign that Rotary ran. They ran it for almost about 8 years, and their objective was to eradicate polio from the face of the earth. 8-10 years later, that's happened. Polio is actually eradicated from the face of this earth. And how has that been possible? That's only been possible because people worldwide got together to do this. You can't just have one country say, I'll remove it because, you get the disease from the other country and then you have to remove it worldwide. So you have to collaborate worldwide. So that's what Rotary does. So the challenge was to get everyone together all around the world to do it. So what was the challenge that we faced? Okay, first thing is, since it's an e-club thing, it's different countries in different time zones. So those who actually be a part of a Rotary e-club in the US while you are here in India. Unlike a normal Rotary club where, you have to be associated with a club which is physically where you can go for a meeting every week. In an e-club, you can actually be a part of, somewhere in an e-club in the US or e-club in Australia, and your co-members would be, from England, France, and Cayman Islands. So different countries, different time zones, how to get everyone together. The resource people aren't also spread around the world. Their availability is an issue. They wanted to showcase the work being done by the Rotarians also. Of course, the panelists need to see and hear each other, otherwise how will you have a collaborative discussion? You want a worldwide audience to participate and take part and benefit from this. And they also wanted to use new social technologies and get feedback from Twitter, for instance, integrated live. So, having said that, they also had a few other challenges. What is it? They wanted it to make it look nice, okay? And we have to do it fast, right? And we have to do it cost effectively. As you just heard, everything, the cost keeps coming down. And we were just given 3 weeks to do all of this. So what did we come up with? So here were the challenges. So how did we address each of them? Different countries and time zones. Okay. So what did we do? We had to have the event run around the clock. That's the only way to address different time zones. Availability of people, well, we'll have to schedule discussions at their convenience. If we had to showcase their work, we asked them to send us recorded videos which we kept playing in between the sessions. The panelists were asked to use simple technologies like Skype or Google Hangouts so that they could be able to connect with each other very easily. No, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. To get the worldwide audience to participate, you have to live stream it. That's the way to get everyone involved. And you have to also have the ability to integrate a Twitter feed in real time. So this is what we thought of. So what did we do? So of course, fortunately, we built technology which we call as AB Live. That's our own PC-based video production and live streaming solution, which incidentally is being used to stream all these sessions out. We also designed a special 3D virtual studio set, and I'll show you what exactly that means, to enhance the visual appeal. That's where the VFX part came in. And we used it in real time. So a little bit about the technology. So this is what actually a virtual set looks like. It's actually done in 3D Max. For those of you who are, it's a 3D software. You can design it and you can place your IDs where the camera will come. When you see those black outlines, that's what it is. So it will do a real-time chroma key. Okay, depending on the number of cameras you have, you can go up to 3 or 4. You also have technology that can allow you to show up incoming Skype video or Google Hangouts video in the, let's say, virtual video wall or the virtual plasma. So people can have like a video conferencing and it's inexpensive. Skype is free, so is Google Hangouts. We also have the ability to make the whole output display very information rich. So you not only have a lot of the video, you have the people sitting, you have the videos, the incoming videos. You also have a lot of information in terms of, you have a ticker running, you have some titles, you have some logos, you brand your video, you send information. We can have up to 16 layers of video and graphics running across in real time. Okay. So what are those 16 layers? You have the various chroma keys that you can do. You have the live incoming video, you have media clips that you're running for sure in the background, you have different logos that you can put, you have title cards, you have media graphics, you have the breaking news GIF that goes on at the bottom, you have different tickers and you have a clock, and now we're looking at 16 different layers which is coming in, and all of this happens in real time and it runs out of one box. So we were talking about bringing the costs down, the cost of production down. So now if you're doing a live event, you don't need to have a separate box for a mixer, a separate box for a recorder, a separate box for a streaming, separate box for graphics, separate box to run your PowerPoint, separate box to record everything. You're talking of 6-7 boxes in an event. You can't do that because you need 6-7 operators now. So here you have one box which does all of it. And actually we just wrote the software. The hardware is third-party hardware, so there's no proprietary hardware involved as well. So the whole idea is trying to make graphics affordable. Okay. So there's a small clip about how this whole thing gets just connected with each other. So in the center you have the AB Live system. So you have your live camera inputs, or you can have your green screen cameras coming in. You can have your virtual sets which are in 3D. You have your pre-recorded videos that get integrated. You have presentation slides that run in. You have a document camera if you want that to be happening. You also have an Android app to actually control the switching of the cameras. The remote guests log in via Skype. You have the final output display which goes out on screen, it gets streamed out, and it also gets recorded. So all of this happens out of one box. You have put all your inputs in, you get all your outputs out. You don't need to have multiple pieces of equipment to do something like this. Okay? Yeah. So coming to what we did actually for Rotary in terms of the execution. So what happened is, as I mentioned, there were people around the world who wanted to connect. So we had a studio set up in Mumbai, we had people coming in from Delhi, we had people coming in from Nepal, and they spoke about what work Rotary had done and how it helped them when they had the earthquake in Nepal, and they were talking about that. We had resource people from UK, Germany, Italy, Australia, all over the place, connected for various different sessions on various different topics, connecting all at the same time. And since we used Skype, it was free for everyone, so nobody had actually any cost involved. So you don't do something expensive as WebEx or something like that. So this is what the set is, what we designed for the Rotary event. This was obviously not the whole set. I mean, the final output looked like that, but like I mentioned, this is a 3D Studio Max, set and Virtual Studio. Where we actually shot it was here. Okay, I'll go back to this one just to make it clear what it looks like on screen. So don't believe everything you see on television. Okay, this is what we did. It's no big deal. We had simple cool lights over there. We had a green cloth backdrop which was like, just draped temporarily, okay. We had a plastic table draped with a cloth, right. This is another side angle shot just to tell you. This was actually a vacant classroom which was converted into a makeshift studio at the Rajasthani Sammelan campus here in Malad on SV Road. So it wasn't even a professional studio that we were talking of. We actually shot all of it over here. There's a final output display monitor because we are able to do real-time chroma key. The person who's the anchor shot on the green screen knows where to put his hand up. Usually we do this offline and then we try to fix and match it, and then we put the wrong hand up, so now we have to shift the virtual plasma to the other end. So you spend a lot more time in post-production. This saves you all that post-production time. So you can do it on the fly. Plus, the people who are in front of the camera, they exactly know what the final output is going to look like. So he won't end up making a mistake. And as you can see on the TV, and the TV is actually on the other side because he knows, because he's seeing it in real time. Okay. So that's the camera point of view. We had 4 lights in all. Okay. So you don't need any fancy lights and high front lights. And once focused and set, the camera is actually left unmanned. Okay, the zooming in and zooming out is done by our system itself. So what happens is, you set the lights, you set the camera takes a fixed shot, and then the cameraman can go home, okay, because he doesn't have to do anything else. Because the fixed shot ID is what the system takes and places it in the 3D virtual environment, okay. So that's what you do. And then you have the virtual camera which takes over, and you can have all your virtual camera angle shots from there. I'll show you exactly what it means. So what was the result? So this is what it looked like. So we had an incoming Skype caller coming in from another city. This is a Google Hangout session that we ran once. You see the gentleman who was shot against a green screen sitting on a fancy table, but you know now that it was a plastic table, okay, cheap one with a green cloth on it, okay, but it looks like this. This is what the web page looks like, and it was streamed out to everyone. Okay, so it looked nice, we presented the whole thing very well. You had, the worldwide visitors appear on the other side, so people knew that this is actually going on around the world. And what happened is, so the final output, we ended up streaming it for almost about 100 hours non-stop. Okay, we ran these programs on the fly, and we did this for 100 hours non-stop. So that's what the video looked like. So if you were to watch the stream, this is what it would look like. I've cut out the audio because it doesn't make sense. So you saw this jig shot, okay? Try doing it really. You have the studio lights on top, you can't do this. Right? So now you zoom in, which is again, if you notice the camera is actually a fixed ID. The virtual camera has zoomed in. And it's clear, there's absolutely no problem. It's broadcast quality because it depends on the hardware. The software can handle it. And you zoom out and you have somebody who's talking on the virtual video wall, which we saw earlier. And you have one speaker, and then you can go out and you cut back, so you can do a cut, you can do a take, you can have another person in, and that's what we kept doing all along for 4 days, right? So what happened as a result? There was tremendous awareness and excitement generated for, people came to really know about e-clubs, and I mean, I'm sure not very many people of you have heard of e-clubs, but, so a lot of people came to know about e-clubs and the Rotary projects and the future direction of Rotary. There was also a lot of traction that we had to create online in terms of, how people react. So there was a Facebook page, there was, over 10,000 views on that. A lot of it came from overseas, which was very heartening. The website had over 8,000 hits in 28 countries. 150 Rotary clubs were following the Twitter handle also. There were over 500 tweets in just a span of about less than 2 weeks, so that's like 35 odd a day, with a reach of over 147,000. So it did create the impact that they were actually looking for. And you can use video technology to actually send any message across. You don't have to do it only for special effects or television programs. If you want to do a live event like this, you can actually do it like this. There is technology available which allows you to do this now. So that's what we actually do at April Broadcast. We help you to produce visually rich videos easily, share them quickly, and you can engage your audiences better. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You have great content, you tell people what it's all about, okay, and you get them to get back to you. That's what it's all about. What does the film try to do? What does the movie try to do? What does the television program try to do? What does a live event like this try to do? Okay. So we all have a story to tell. The question is, how would you like to tell yours? Thank you for being patient. Any questions? Any type of questions?
Questions? Step by step, we move up. Yes.
You have a question?
How cheap or how expensive is the solution?
Okay, there are various aspects to the entire solution. There is one aspect which is actually the production aspect, the shooting aspect. So you shoot, so at the time that you shoot, you need to have, you need to have a camera, you need to have the green screen, you obviously need to have the system that does this and can do the mixing, you probably need to have a set, you may need to have some graphics in terms of if you want a logo or a ticker or something like that. So these are some of the elements that you may want to use. Now, not everyone wants to do a green screen. This event right now is also being streamed live. There's no green screen. Okay, so you have two cameras. You have two cameras which are fed into the system. So you need that. You need some equipment to be able to do that. If you want to do all of this, you have to buy multiple pieces of equipment or buy a PC-based equipment like the one we have, which allows you to do it cheap. Now you can buy it or you can rent it, or somebody can provide it as a service. So one aspect is the production aspect. The second aspect is the streaming aspect. Now, the funny part is the streaming aspect. It is a lot. It's a lot more complicated than it actually is. It's being made out to be a lot more complicated. Streaming is actually very simple. All you need to do is take a video signal and you just stream it out. You need to have an encoder and you just send it out. That's it. Why should that be so damn complicated? We're actually coming out with a system now where anybody sitting anywhere can stream anything if he has a video input. You can brand your system, you put your logo, you put your ticker, you feed your video signal, it will run on a laptop, and if you have a 3G dongle, okay, you don't even need 4G, if you have a 3G dongle, you will be able to run a good professional quality stream, and you'll be able to do it really, really cheap. When I say really cheap, I'm saying it's going to be less than what? 2,000 rupees per hour. Okay, so you have a 2-hour event, you have a 1-hour event, 2-hour event, it's going to cost you what? 2, 3, 4,000 bucks? That's it. But if you want to do a complex production, yes, it's going to cost you. Generally, the costs are not, because you don't need to rent a fancy studio. You can set it up anywhere. Okay, so your studio cost is gone. We could have brought a green screen and set it up right here, right now. Okay, and we can do a chroma key over here. So the studio cost is gone. So you do it anywhere. You just need the camera. What's the camera rental? 4,000, 5,000 rupees per shift. Okay. You need the equipment. Maybe what people have been doing is 25,000, 35,000 rupees for a couple of hours. I'm sure that cost will come down. So what's the cost of producing, let's say, a 4-hour program? Okay. You need the camera for a shift. So that's 5,000 bucks. Okay. You need the studio. You don't need the studio. You need some place which is probably free. You need some equipment which may be about what, 25, 30,000 rupees. In less than 50,000 rupees, you can do a 4-hour show. Okay. That's it. That's the cost. And try doing it otherwise with a green screen shoot with a 3D thing. So that's what the costs are. Any other question?
May I continue?
Yeah, sure.
See, what happens is professionally I tell anybody that anybody can do anything. Correct? So I tell people, I'll make you my competitor, like you can do it for 2 hours. But there are a lot of things that happens, and basically what this needs is planning.
Oh yeah.
Because if you plan in advance, then you're paying for what you're using and doing. Otherwise, a lot of money gets wasted on the side. That is the important thing. Otherwise, you can set up your own TV channel at home and they've got the equipment that you can buy, with loose change in your pocket. Today, of course, loose change is in the green to the pink. Questions, please, because this is important.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Because what happens is, many a times, any of you who are how many of you are filmmakers here?
Good.
No filmmakers, only one. Would you handle an assignment like this for shooting?
No,
seriously.
He's noting down the cost. Yeah, I saw that.
See, cost, see today to shoot cost you nothing.
We have a
Cost you
DSLR and you
nothing.
can shoot.
Okay, you can do it with your own video, you know, your camera. My wife just made a film. She's never made a film in her life. She's gone and made a film, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell am I doing in the business. So I'm getting out of business and becoming a full-time conference chairman.
There you go.
Anyway, this is very important, not just for, Rotary, but many times, medical seminars are being held, conferences are being held, and you want to get across internationally. And of course, our religious satsangs and holy melas and kind of things like this, which you just want to show in the building we had a party. So you want to go and send it to across your US friends or, school friends, when you're having a, annual school party, these things suddenly become important.
We've, over the past year, we've done a variety of events.
Suddenly, basically, see what happened, he doesn't want to plug himself. Question is that you can handle the streaming.
Anyone can.
Are you connected with it? Can you show them the streaming of this thing that is happening from your computer?
My computer is not connected to the local. The signal here is very poor. We have a wired internet line, so that's the one that's taking the stream out. But if you go to the link which I mentioned, it's live.abstream.tv/broadcast India show. You can get it. If you get a mobile data connection, you get it on your phone.
If any of you got 3G, 4G on your phones, you can get it on your phone.
I don't know.
You can try it out. Okay?
Yep. Okay, I'm done.
Any more questions? I think surely a man deserves two of your hands meeting and parting and meeting and parting and a big, resounding applause. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. So on the 25th anniversary of Broadcast India, we started.